All right, girls, we have to defend our home.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah,
let's go. Stabbing walkers.
Get the eye.
We're making this a safe place for all of us, right? So you guys can come and join us on the couch.
Walkers.
Mom's stabbing walker. There you go, stab him. I got my trusty boomerang. Boomerang, you do always come back.
That's right.
So, welcome back, everyone.
Gosh.
We're going to be watching more of The Walking Dead. We're on episode 11 of season 3. The last few episodes have been pretty intense.
They
And
sure have been.
the last one we watched, you guys are going nuts. Yeah.
Governor.
I shouldn't be laughing because it was actually pretty
Yes.
bad.
Yeah, it was.
But the governor, he ambushed. He ended up at the prison, right?
That's
He did.
right. He
There
got
was
Axel
no way he
again.
wasn't going to do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible.
I know. But you know what? Daryl's back, so that's great.
That's right.
Merle's
That's
there,
really
but I
good.
don't know how long they're going to let him stay
don't
there
know.
for.
I don't trust him at all.
Yeah.
And it's
he's
looking
really-
pretty bad. I mean, Rick's not, himself lately, and,
Sure
they don't
isn't.
have many people. Glenn came back, though, so that's
right.
really great.
Yeah, that's hard because I love Glenn. I mean, how did you feel about him last episode? I mean, he was really upset.
I think
Oh,
he's
yes,
just
because
so
Maggie-
angry at what the governor did
That's
to
right,
Maggie.
for Maggie, yes.
And, he feels like he's the next in line to be leader because Rick isn't himself.
Oh,
So,
definitely not.
And Daryl wasn't there, so he's got a lot of pressure himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And he just thinks he has to do what he has to do, and
Yeah.
he's not thinking long term.
That's right,
He's
right.
just thinking, I got to do this because this guy's really bad, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not thinking the logistics of it.
That's
It's
for sure,
hard,
yeah.
and
Definitely.
everything's just in chaos. And, with Rick being away from everyone, beyond the fence, just aimlessly walking around. I mean, it's hard losing a loved one. But
Definitely.
it's at a dire time when they just started something with Woodbury. It could happen at any time where they're going to come and fight back. And Michonne was even saying, yeah, the governor had a freaking fish tank full of heads, a bunch of fish tanks.
yes.
And he's coming no matter what.
Yeah, walkers
That's
and
right.
humans,
And
Yeah,
thank
I
goodness
mean-
for Michonne, too. She really helped
Yes.
a great deal,
Mm-hmm.
she did.
So
She's
maybe
amazing
it-
with her samurai sword,
Oh, my gosh. Thank goodness.
So sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, very skilled with that. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
important to, it's hard. You want to trust people, but it's so good to have loyal,
That's right.
people, but loyal as in what? Because Merle was also loyal to the governor to a certain extent, but like Rick's group, it's great to have people that we
right.
know that are good together.
Trustworthy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
they're
think
great survivors and compassionate still.
Yes,
that's
I
important.
think Michonne will be part of the group
Yes,
now.
I think so. I
mean,
think they'll accept
she's
her.
more than
She's
proved
really,
herself to Rick. I mean, come on.
She should, yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
Merle's the one that's in question.
Oh, Merle.
Woo!
I'm glad Daryl came back.
Yeah, you guys
Carol's
were
gonna
about
go
that.
bonkers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last episode was a really good episode too because you really got to see the differences between Daryl and Merle. Like Daryl,
big
definitely.
time.
followed
Certain
Merle, but-
situations with that family on the bridge.
That's
and,
right.
Yeah.
big
Well,
difference.
Difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's moved forward.
Good.
Shall we get into this
I
episode?
think so. Wow.
Yes,
What's going to
let's
happen
put our-
next?
Yeah, hopefully we
away.
won't need these this episode, right?
That's right.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Last episode was called Home. Makes sense.
Oh yes, Daryl came home.
311.
Oh, good.
Oh,
He's in
very
jail.
good.
Good. He's in the cell. Good.
Yeah, we
Perfect.
should have slid out of here last night and lived to fight another day. We might have some thick walls to hide behind, but he's got the guns and the
Yeah.
numbers.
We can't just sit here. Get back here!
Yep.
Oh, see.
Good.
I put my family's life in your hands.
Good.
So get your head clear.
I'm your
Good.
father
That's good.
speaking.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
Oh, boy. In the neighborhood.
Nowhere to be found. Oh,
Oh, there's something.
what's that? And it's just behind that tree.
Shouldn't be out here.
A good shot.
Yes, you are.
You should stop.
Stop what?
Being the leader.
That might either.
I think. Unless it's
That might
snaps
just
him
break
into
him
it.
to make him be
Yeah,
leader.
maybe.
How many does that give us now?
20.
And if we include men and women aged 13 and up.
You mean boys and girls?
Well, come in. You know they shot at us? I don't know who these
Shot
people
first.
were when you were with them, but they've
I'm glad
changed.
she found out.
They're bloodthirsty.
I'm sick of this. Sick of the lies. I'll work this out.
Well, they're hostile.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
you are.
Yeah, you're the one.
You go to that prison.
Don't come back.
Stay there.
If he lets you go.
The governor wants everyone who can hold a gun in front of the town hall. Now.
No. Andrea?
Eyes open, head down.
Oh, so he's on the ball now.
Good. I snapped him out of it.
Been here before. Be all right.
That's when it was just us. Before there was a
The
snake
baby.
in the nest.
I can't kick him
I
out.
wouldn't ask you to live with Shane after he tried to kill you.
Merrill has military experience.
Hack it off yourself?
Rick did.
Awful kindly of him.
Saved my life. Found this in one of the cells. Lost more than the good book there for a while.
Woodbury had a damn fine library. One of the only things I miss about it. He'll save Rick for last, so he can watch his family and friends die ugly.
Oh, he
That's
is
sick.
such-
It's so
he
freaking
is
terrifying.
Noah's asthmatic.
You ever shoot a gun, son?
I had a BB gun once.
I haven't had a chance to say. I'm glad you came back.
This is a tomb.
That's what T-Dog called it. Till you found me. After all, look how far you've come.
That's good.
Nobody's getting in or out.
Wow.
If you know what I mean.
I'm gonna ask you something. I'm going to the prison. I was with them.
Don't put me in this situation.
I wish there was another way. Please, help me get out of here. I can't take a car. They won't open the gates.
This is a betrayal.
No.
What's he gonna do? Quarterize it?
You asked me to keep tabs on her. She's going back to the prison and has requested my assistance. Help her.
I'll have fun
Well,
killing her.
Oh,
Hey,
gracious.
looking good.
hey, you!
Hey, you.
Girl. I just say.
Oh, splatter everywhere.
Girl.
She learned from the best. Oh, here's some more.
Oh,
but that
boy.
should be fine now.
Oh, my
Tyrese.
goodness. Is
Oh,
okay.
he's out there too. Have a normal conversation, Merle.
That's right.
Smart to stay fit. This whole hunting you down thing, that was just business. Hope we can get past it. Let bygones be bygones.
You got a camp?
It's just us. We have a town.
Oh, I don't
Nice
wanna go
meeting
back
you,
there.
Andrea.
I don't want to go back there.
I'm better with him than I am.
Need any help?
No.
She's
Yeah,
decided
I'll
not.
tell you, yeah. She-
Been there, done that.
Show your body.
Now she's going to see Andrea now.
How brave.
Oh,
Clear! Are you alone? Hands up! Turn around!
oh yeah, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such mixed feelings.
Oh, sure.
You want to hug her, but you don't trust her.
Where's Shane? And Lori?
Lori?
You all live here?
You're in a cell block.
He killed an inmate who survived in here.
We liked him. He's one of us.
I left Atlanta with you people, and now I'm the odd man out?
He almost killed Michonne, and he would have killed us.
With his finger on the trigger. There is room at Woodbury for all of
Oh my God, no.
She's in a.
Come on.
She's so blinded.
If you don't sit down and try to work this out, I don't know what's gonna happen.
He attacked them. It's hard because she hasn't seen the whole picture on his
That's right.
side.
No,
so-
no, she hasn't.
I am there because those people need me.
And what about these people?
I'm trying to save them too.
You chose a warm bed over a friend. That's why I went back to Woodbury.
Realization time.
Oh God, I hope they're all right.
Some dangerous people out there.
They're gonna know.
Can't be too careful these days.
When you're ready to travel,
Yeah,
head west.
I'll be
Oh boy,
vaping you
beware.
soon.
You were at the prison?
And we went in for shelter. This guy Rick showed up all of a sudden, chased us out.
Were you inside the prison? Can you describe the layout? Confusing, but I could try.
Daryl named her Asking.
What happened to Lori? During a C-section, Maggie. Shane loved Rick. Shane loved Lori. Get him to drop his guard, then when he's sleeping, you can end this.
Good thinking, Carol.
That's the way to do it.
I'll take care.
Wow,
Wow, yeah.
that's nice. They gave her a car.
Oh boy.
Run him over while you're at it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what was that?
Look at all those deer.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, it's gonna
Whoa,
be bad. Make
that's
it
scary.
That's far enough!
And I wouldn't drive too
Yeah,
close.
Just right.
Wasn't it only a mile away? It's awful dark.
I went to the prison. They're broken, living in horrible conditions.
He sent you back here?
That was my call.
Because you belong here.
No, it gives me the shivers. He does. I was so sick.
I'm going on a run. I'm glad you're back. Really. I'll take Michonne. You sure that's a good idea? I'll find out.
I guess. Poor kid has no childhood.
Right.
Listen to Carol.
Yeah, that's right. My kid.
Kim's ready.
I'm ready.
So here you go.
He's gonna grab her and choke her.
Yeah, I bet you. I don't know. He might surmise something.
He's gonna hold on to your neck, baby.
Oh, wait.
Or maybe she'll forget. She won't do it.
Whoop her. I'll put this like that.
Mm.
Oh. You had a chance.
Can't.
Ugh.
She's.
Ugh.
I think she loves him.
Yeah. Shoot.
It's gotta be that damn love.
Boy, I was really frustrated.
Love will get
So
you.
close.
Damn.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's
thought
hard because
I know,
you
but-
just slept with a guy, and I know
It's that guy though.
I know,
Guy,
I
she
know.
knows what he is.
And yeah, so
Oh
I know
my
Michelle was
God.
saying that, you know, she's under his spell, and
I guess so.
looks
Oh,
like a
so
cute
true.
thing.
So frustrating.
So true.
Yeah.
Even though she
Oh.
knows that he's planning to attack her friends.
That's
Or her former friends now. I mean, this is.
I give her credit for actually going to the prison
Mhm.
because she really wanted to from the start, and talking to the governor, to Philip, about it, and you know, it was such a big risk for her
That's
to
right.
take.
God.
Yes.
But she didn't even know, like, the extent of the evil that he's done.
That's right.
Right, and she still doesn't know all of it.
No,
I mean, she
definitely
doesn't know
not.
about Maggie, or well, she knows about Glenn, but I don't think she doesn't know about Maggie. What he
Definitely
did.
not. No.
And like how, I mean,
It's
he knows
horrible.
that Glenn, or she knows that Glenn was beaten up by Merle, but yeah, to the extent, you know, I mean, that's enough to be terrible, but yeah, like you could be pretty freaking sadistic. And yeah, what he did with Maggie, and even sending Merle out to kill Michonne. And
Michonne told her.
told her that, and I
would've
think,
been her,
right,
too.
she believed it.
Mm-hmm.
She was very
Yeah,
shocked by
she
that.
was very
right.
sad by that.
That's right.
She was tearing up.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
So, I'll
and Carol
tell ya.
said, sleep with him, make it great,
Oh,
and
boy.
then just, you know, you can end this all, but
How
she's in love.
crazy
Oh my God.
to hear something like that, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
really, my
I
God.
was
Well,
like,
she
go
knows,
Carol.
I mean,
Oh my God.
and you got to remember too, I mean, she's an a former abused wife, so she's probably had to do that with her husband.
Yeah,
You know,
that's-
sleep with him, make him happy, let him go to sleep drunk, you know, whatever, and he'll leave me alone. You know what I mean? She's been abused too, so she knows what it's like. So she's like, just.
Oh, jeez.
And she probably thought,
And she's
like
probably
that,
like, damn, I
sometimes
should have
that-
done that to him
Everybody
years
gets
ago.
about-
God.
That's true. My God.
No, you don't do that. I'm not promoting that, but.
With everyone too, it's insane to see how far everyone's come to this
That's right.
point.
Yeah.
Because Andrea, I was happy to see her back with the group, and the first interaction, I was like, how are they all going to interact with
It's
each
too
other?
mixed.
Definitely,
It's too
yeah.
mixed. They
That's
all
right.
know where she's coming from.
That's right.
Yeah,
She's
and
not
Rick
gonna
is
get
not the
there.
same guy anymore. They're all not. You know, they've been through so much. They've toughened up,
sure.
and you know, her going there and just being isolated. I'm happy that Carol was the warm person to actually
Yeah.
greet her and
Yes.
kind of
Yeah,
break the
yeah,
ice.
she did save her life. yeah.
Yes, and Andrea also saved her life at the farm. It was
That's
all
right,
chaos, and she did save her
That's
life
right.
there. And she was part of the family. She was part of the group
That's
for a
right.
long time.
Definitely.
But there's just so much betrayal here. And again, she didn't know, like, the extent. Not even
She
She
close
didn't
to what
know anything
the governor
behind
was
the
doing.
scenes at all
God.
what he was doing.
That's
Yeah.
right.
She just thought this was a great little town to stay in, and she thought Michonne was
Definitely.
making a big mistake. She should have stayed, but
Yeah.
she had no idea what he was doing behind the scenes,
That's
and
right.
you know, killing all those National Guardsmen, and it was. And
yeah.
the list goes
I mean,
on.
not even
Yeah.
knowing that. Like, she keeps hearing these stories
That's
of
right.
how heroic
Oh my
everyone
God,
else
yeah.
was. Like, oh, the biters got to them. And yeah, so
Yeah.
it's, I mean,
she knows nothing.
That's
She's
right, that's
clueless
right.
on how. I mean, she saw a little bit through Michonne's eye. Thank God Michonne did come back, because she found out about the daughter. She found out about the fish tanks. I mean, she did find out some
Yeah.
things
Thank goodness.
with that breach that our guys, you know, went through
yeah.
to get Maggie
Yes.
and Glenn out. But she's, you know,
That's right.
pulling the wool over her eyes. Just not, you know, she's trying to learn a little bit,
That's right, yeah.
but she doesn't know the whole picture.
And I'm so glad Carl talked to Rick. Sort of set him straight. you know,
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then he got thinking.
Yeah.
So it was
That
good.
that was
The
that was the
step up
perfect
more.
thing
That was really
to
good.
say.
Got
Yeah.
him, yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
was.
Yes.
did you think Rick was
Mobilization.
going to step up then, or do you
I
think he
did.
was
I
going
think so
to?
too when his son
I
said
did.
that to him.
I
Yes,
think he
yeah.
needed to.
Realize
If
it from his
Herschel
son.
couldn't get it out of him,
Yeah.
it was perfect what Carl
That's
did.
right.
It was perfect,
Yeah,
because that snapped it
good.
out. No, I
Yeah.
can do this. I can do it. I got to get together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that Herschel just stood up like that
Oh, I
and yelled
love
at him
Herschel,
about
yes,
it. Like, this
yeah.
is not a democracy, so you got to step up and own what you said, and you know, be
Yeah.
the leader
That's
you
right.
were.
Those are his
For
words.
You know, and Carl though, yeah, like everyone had to kind of give their own. Well, not everyone, but you know,
sure.
Herschel and Carl, you know, doing that I think really helped push him forward. But yeah, Carl's words definitely pushed him even more. And having Andrea just like in the middle of everyone, and how everyone kind of just stayed in a circle away from her, it was
right,
very
yeah.
awkward. You
Yes.
know,
It
it was very
was
tense.
awkward,
Yes.
and you know, they feel bad that she was alive during that whole chaotic mess
Yeah, that's right,
at
yeah.
the farm. They didn't know she was alive. They thought she was
Right,
dead. I mean, there's so many mixed emotions, you know,
sure.
and yeah, everyone's changed so much. Rick, I mean, rightfully so, he's changed. I mean, he
Oh,
had to kill his
definitely,
best
yeah.
friend. His wife died. I mean, Carl had to shoot Mom. I mean, it's just everyone's changed so much.
right.
She can't expect a welcoming party.
And
you
then
know.
also they know
she
that
has to
she was
understand that.
the governor's girlfriend.
Exactly.
So that's what was.
Exactly.
Yeah, so how much does she really know? And even knowing about, Michonne being hunted down and innocent people dying by his hands,
right.
And them getting shot at, she slept with him.
He instigated it.
That's right.
Yeah, she slept with him with a notion of following what Carol was saying, but then couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, killing someone is hard enough. First it's like killing walkers, okay, well, they're not human anymore. They're not a person anymore. So, but they're still very scary. They're extremely dangerous. And you want to, you have to train yourself and be brave to kill them. And now you have actual people. And that's even worse, I think, in a way, because not only could it be a danger, but it's an actual human life that you're killing. And now she is in love with this guy, didn't realize how bad he was, and she's almost making it okay. Like seeing even freaking fish tanks in his house, I'd be like, what the freak, with heads in it? And his daughter, but there's just so many things piling up, and she still couldn't do it. It was too much.
It's true. She's it's like she wants to believe that there's some good in him. She wants to believe that she belongs there, that she can talk him out of attacking our people. I think that's what she's trying to do. I'm hoping that's what she's trying to do, is try to make him open up to her so she can talk to him enough to look, they are good people. I heard that you came up to them. I don't know if she's going to be that aggressive with him, though. Saying that I heard that you just went up there and shot at them, and they were at the prison. Why, they didn't just shoot at you. You shot at them. You killed someone. I don't think she'll be that aggressive, but I don't know. She talks to him pretty sternly sometimes.
And she's trying to protect the townspeople, too.
Yeah, she is.
And in that way as well, yes, the governor's a terrible person. What he's doing, he's lying about all the bad things he's doing. But here, Rick and everyone else, they just want to take over the town, kill the governor, and other innocents can die. They have fighters there, but you also have innocent people, older people, and children who don't know any of that, and they're innocent.
That's right, yeah.
So they're willing to go in as well to sacrifice lives to kill their enemy.
Right.
So you also have that. That's not really good.
It's not cool,
but totally, I understand that, though, because I'm like, oh my God, we have this tyrant that's right next door who's just taking over everyone and killing innocent people and starting trouble. I wouldn't want him around either. I'd want him dead.
And now Therese and his group is back with them now, and was saying how Rick was telling them to leave and things, so...
They saw him at his weakest moment.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They saw him at his weakest moment. They don't know what a great leader he is.
Now they're going to help him. Because they don't,
I know.
Yeah, and they have this perfect town. You've been on the road, you've been in the woods fighting for your life every day. You can't really sleep. You have to provide, you have to get food, and, you're living your worst life. And to get, you get, safety and people who are civilized, and, you get food, water, clothes, and shower.
It looks perfect. It looks like, oh, this is great. I'm going to, and that's why he had such a great community, because he just roped people in like that.
He seems so nice. Yeah. That's perfect to win people over with kindness, not even realizing.
But you can't leave.
And everyone's dependent on him. Then he makes this community that's all dependent on him. You have now he's forcing these, kids from, an asthmatic teen to up to whatever age, 65 with arthritis to start, not defending themselves, but really going to war. They're really going to fight. I'm all for defending yourself, having a defense class. Everyone should have that across the board here. But to just
my God, surprise
to fight these people. There's only how many people in our group? 10.
Yeah, and isn't that crazy too with the governor when he's looking at these people who, borderline, not even borderline. I'm just trying to make it, funnier, I guess, but people who shouldn't be fighting, and the older lady with arthritis, he's like, oh no, you don't have to do this. But once Andrea spoke up and said, oh well, this kid has asthma or whatever, and then he looked at her and said, oh yeah, no, you can hold a gun and do all this. So he just totally brought him on, and that I took as a power play to show well, whatever you say, I'm going to do something different.
Do that,
he might have said no to the kid if she didn't speak up, but, you know, maybe he also thought, well, if he can at least hold a gun and pull the trigger, then that's all I need. Because with arthritis, if she has it in her hand, she can't really do that.
Yes.
So she wouldn't actually physically be able to do anything. She would just be a waste, which is terrible to say it that way, but I'm just trying to think like the governor and, you know, so either way, but the way he would stare back at Andrea and be like, yeah, you're going to try to tell me different.
Yeah, and it stinks because the boy probably doesn't have any medication. I mean, how much medication
if he has any at all,
is going to have?
Yeah, and he doesn't care. He's like, well, if he could shoot a gun and possibly kill a couple people, then heck yeah, I'm going to take him aboard. You know, he just doesn't care about people at all. He just wants the numbers and power.
Unless, you know, they keep him on a high on top of a building where he doesn't have to move around a lot or something. I don't know. But I don't think it's a good idea. I think that's just telling us in the back of our minds that he might go from running, you know, he might die just because he's not going to be able to breathe.
Oh, yeah.
That's a sad thing.
It sure is.
And the poor kid, when Andrew was pulling up, he's just standing there. And
you're like, duck, or whatever. You get down.
Because he doesn't know. He's too young.
You're just thrown right into it and being like, well, I've tried a BB gun before. It's like, holy crap. I mean, you know, he probably didn't kill it from me during this whole thing. But yeah, I mean, to actually experience it, I mean, you're asking these kids to die because they don't know anything. And then the trauma of seeing just death, just shooting. And even if they don't shoot, or even if they do, like, there's just so much trauma there that they're probably just going to die, be in shock and not move and guns ablazing, and it's not good. Yeah.
No, and I think the whole concept of Woodbury, when he brought people in, he drew them in, and, you know, it makes it all beautiful, and he has a community, everyone's dependent on him. I really think they just automatically should have just shown people how to defend themselves right off the bat, so they have an awareness that you still have a real world around you.
That's true, yeah.
And yes, it's fortified, we have people, you know, defending it, but things can happen.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Yeah,
and I kind of wondered before, like, he didn't do that because he wanted to make sure that they couldn't defend themselves, because then they'd be more independent and be like, oh, well, I want to explore and see if there's other towns like us, or I want to find my family in a different state, so I'm going to go on my own adventure now. So that will make people leave.
And then if they leave,
you're dead. You just want people to leave. So to make them defenseless and
too scared to leave.
And like now he's just so hateful and angry. He like, he doesn't care, and now he's like throwing everyone into the fire because he just wants to get rid of this group. Yeah. So now he knows Merle and Michonne are there.
Yeah. And he's gonna get Daryl, everybody. You know, Merle's right. It is. Now that I think of it, it is good that Merle's there.
Yeah, because
he knows the inside. He is being more mellow. Michonne does not trust him at all.
I love her looks. Like, I'd be so scared to be at the other end of her look like that. I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry. You know, it hurts me with her and Andrea and how bad it's gotten, because Andrea's just so under his spell and just naive about the whole thing. Like, she's starting to get it, but not to kill him there. I'm like, oh my God, but Michonne knows.
Yeah,
she is judgment.
She reads people very well.
Definitely.
She reads people very well.
Yeah.
And she should have listened to Michonne.
Yeah. So I thought it was kind of fun to see Michonne walking around with a gun and helping out now. Like she's one of them.
Yeah.
And now Merle too, he's walking around. I thought he'd be jailed more.
He had a nice chat with
Merle,
with Herschel.
With Herschel, yes. He had a very good chat, and you know, I think that was smart.
And quotes from the Bible and things. That was good.
Yeah, he quoted the Bible, so that's one of the books he read at Woodbury.
That's good.
That's right.
He studied it. He might have read it before too, but you know, to actually choose that kind of book says something. I was like, oh wow,
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, so I think they really got their, you know, they have a good plan. Rick's back. He's present. He's holding his daughter. That's great.
That's good.
You know what, too? I mean, Rick now kind of becoming the leader again and more composed, and him talking to Daryl and just being like, listen, I'm so happy you're back. Don't get me wrong, but your brother's your responsibility, so it's on you if he does anything. So I like how he just puts it out there. There's no like coddling or like fluffing it up to make it sound nicer. Like he's just brutally honest about it, which he has to be. And Daryl gets that. He's like, absolutely.
You know what? I mean,
Yeah.
he got after him for, going into the car on that bridge.
Right, he did.
So, I mean, I can see him doing something,
Yeah.
telling his brother, hey, you know what? Do it right or you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. And I have to bring up Carol. I know you guys like Carol. I like Carol.
Carol's great.
Carol.
Oh, gosh,
Isn't
I
she?
did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good talk with
she's
Andrea.
really good, yes.
It was good to,
Oh, God, yeah.
kind of, again, it was still awkward with the group, but with Carol hugging Andrea right
That's
from
right,
the
yes.
start, that was good. And the interaction with her and Daryl,
Oh,
because
my
like
gosh,
immediately going into the episode, there's like no interaction
That's
with
right.
everyone's just together. Like
Yes.
That's right,
Daryl's
my God.
outside the fence the last episode, and now
Right.
he's back with the group, and there's no like, oh my God, he's back.
Yes.
Yes,
So I was
So-
kind of hoping that she would,
Yeah,
have
so
like a moment
excited,
just
yeah.
to talk to him and stuff. So it was kind of cool, and he kind of opened up too. Like he's very guarded.
yeah.
He's very guarded with people, but for him to actually laugh there a little
right.
bit, kind of
Yeah,
that
and
was
she
kinda
knows
funny.
how to talk to him.
Yeah.
She's, not overly, excited, and she's not overly, like, trying to dismiss him, but
right.
she goes in there and she just says the right things to him to make, the true Daryl that
That's
she
right.
knows come out.
And she also befriended Axel too.
Mhm.
I mean, really, his true friend, came out and talking to her and things. So
Yeah,
that was
that's
good.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
She really connected
Yeah,
with a lot
yeah.
of people easily,
did,
so
yeah,
so that's
yes.
really good.
That
You
is
know.
good.
And she needed to do that with Axel. I'm glad that she's so aware of things around her because of
yeah.
Beth.
Oh, yeah.
I know he didn't
She's
really
like a
mean
mom.
harm, but
Yeah.
I don't know how much he would have pushed it if Carol didn't call him out on it. You know.
That's right.
So yeah, that was a good moment. I enjoyed that moment too. It was just enough because I was like perfect for them. You know.
Mm-hmm. And Milton.
Milton.
Oh, my
gosh! I knew he was.
He's like, I don't want to do anything with these walkers. I'll bring these people back.
That's right.
I'm not good with that.
Now, did you expect him to actually tell the governor right away that
I
Andrea
thought he
wants
would.
to
I
go?
thought he would probably tell him
Yeah,
because
I
he was
did.
really. He's very afraid of
He's
the governor.
extremely
He is
afraid.
really,
Yeah,
really,
petrified's
so
the
he's
right word because I always say
petrified, yes, he is.
terrified with most things with
He
him,
is
but
He is petrified.
I would
He
be
is.
petrified of
He's
the
like,
governor.
is this-
You
If
can
I
tell
knew
he's
that,
petrified.
He goes,
Milton knows.
so when you tell me to help, is that a test?
I know, I'd be like that too because I hate it when people mess with me. Not that I have like someone like that,
God, right?
but when people like try to joke or friends try to joke and they're like really witty and stuff and try to like tease you or be like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, is this like a trick question? Like, why are you asking me this?
Want me to help?
With him,
Are you
I'm like,
gonna
oh
help?
God,
Are you
he's gonna
gonna
kill
kill
me
me
too. Yeah.
Oh my
So it gets
God.
kind of that kind of gets
Yeah.
very terrifying. And yeah, Milton, I felt for him there,
And
and
I could tell
I
you.
hated that he went up to the governor, but I expected him to.
Yeah,
I mean, what else would you do?
You're just so
I'm not surprised.
petrified
I
of him,
actually
like you
thought
said.
You probably
he
die
was
if you
going
lied.
to have someone kill Andrea out in the woods, just like they were trying to with Michonne. I thought he was going to help her, and then, they were going to have other guys right there to get her.
Yeah.
And she wasn't going to make it to the prison.
I don't remember when I saw this with Nicole and Lee what I thought, but I think I thought, because it's still, I think this is true. But anyways, it is right now for me, from what I remember. But when the governor and Milton were talking, and Milton was so scared and like, okay, well, do you really want me to help her in this situation or not? And he's like, no, help her. She asked for help and help her. I thought that Milton was going to help her and then the governor was just going to kill both of them because he was like, see, she kind of trusts you and I'm just so angry right now that you're just a weak link and you're just going to die too because he's going crazy. And so I'm glad that didn't happen.
Because when he told him he was, I consider you a friend, I'm like, does he consider anyone a friend? I mean, really? The last episode he said, I consider you a friend. But I can see why Milton wants to stay there. He needs to stay there. He's not good with walkers.
That's
he can't
right.
be
No,
outside
yes,
of Woodbury.
no.
He's too buried inside there. He can't get out of there.
And
And
that's
he
a
is
scary
respected by the
thing. God,
community. You had that older man let himself, die in, being experimented on. So the community does trust him, and he won't turn away from
stay
the
there.
governor.
Yeah.
There's no way.
That's right.
I was going to joke and say he's no Columbus, right? From Zombieland. And I know that's different, but I love Zombieland so much. So much. It just kills me every time. And for something so gory, I mean, I love The Walking Dead too, which is, you can't compare, but, you know, zombies, walkers, like horror just scares the crap out of me, and it's really hard for me to watch that stuff. Again, I've seen the first few seasons of The Walking Dead, so that's why I'm more relaxed, but I totally freak out when I am blind to something. Like, it just, especially when I really like a show and I'm invested in the characters. But with Zombieland, I'm just surprised at myself, because the first time I saw it, I just didn't think I was going to really like it, because I'm like, oh, it's a horror comedy or something. I'm like, but still, it's zombies, it's going to be scary. And it just really made me laugh so much. Like, just the friendship, the humor in it. It was just so good to me. But anyways, what was my point? So with Milton, I was thinking, like, with Columbus here, like, he had to learn, he was nerdy, he was always home, he didn't socialize with people, different scenario, but he had to learn quick, and then he made his own set of rules to survive out in the wild, you know, in the wild. Anyways, so it just made me think of that. So if you haven't seen Zombieland and you like The Walking Dead, I would recommend watching Zombieland.
Poor Milton.
Wow.
He's stuck there. But let's see what happens with Andrea. I mean, I think her next plan would be to try to talk him out of not doing it. I don't think it's going to work. But
maybe she'll still do them in. I'm hoping.
I don't know. She has no influence to do it now. She has nobody from our group to, you know, unless she just keeps thinking about it and festers
night or something when she sleeps, when again she might have second thoughts.
Maybe the second time.
That wasn't as good.
It was the first time, but
you didn't think of me.
Can't stand him. So.
I know. Mom's like, ready. She'll have 2 knives. You're gonna be like Carol. Like, you just
hope he dies, and when he does, Mom's
I don't trust him. How she talks to him, I don't trust him.
No, and you shouldn't.
He's a bad person.
So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.